Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another indie horror movie review. Still haven't completely settled on a name for this yet. Don't know why I feel the need to create a name for this segment or whatever you want to call it yet, but a few of you have offered some ideas, so I will pick one, don't worry. But I know that this is supposed to be Dissecting the Macabre because last Tuesday was an indie horror movie review, but I just could not wait any longer to review this because The House is October Built 2 came out, so I was just like, well, I'll just save Dissecting the Macabre for next Tuesday. So sorry, I had to just skip it this Tuesday so I could review this. I couldn't resist. So this is directed by Bobby Rowe, and you can go back and watch my reaction for the trailer if you would like to, which I reacted to the trailer a couple weeks ago. But House is October Built 2 picks up immediately where the first film leaves off. So you get to see a little bit of what happens to the characters after the movie ends, and then it cuts to a year later. So we're back at Halloween time a year later, and the guys are all trying to convince Brandy to come back on like tour, I guess you could say, with them to tour all these haunted attractions because the Blue Skeleton has posted a video of what they did to everybody, and Brandy's video in particular, I guess, goes viral. So she kind of becomes this internet celebrity, however much she doesn't want to be one. So the guys convince her to come along because they can get paid some big bucks if they bring the internet celebrity along to go through all these haunted attractions and things. So let's get into what I liked about The House's October Built 2. I really liked the diversity of the events in this movie, and by that I mean like the stuff that they go do. So if you've seen the first one, you know it starts off with them like just looking for the most extreme haunted houses they can find. So the bulk of the movie is handheld camera footage of them walking through all these haunted houses, which it's fine, it's entertaining, it's really scary. I love the first one. But in the second one, they kind of mix it up a little bit, so they go through some haunted attractions. But Brandy is very traumatized by what happened the previous year, so the guys agree to do some more less extreme things to appease Brandy a little bit. So they do like a zombie 5K or something like that. They do like a zombie pub crawl, stuff like that. So there's a lot of diversity of events. So there's a lot to kind of like keep you interested. I really liked that. And I feel like this is becoming a staple in the more indie horror features, which is the use of drones in filming. I think like I said, it's just becoming kind of common in these indie horror movies, which I'm not complaining about. I think it's really great because it really adds, I sound like the kid from Super 8, but it adds production value a lot to the film because they can get these really big, huge establishing shots from the air. I don't know how much drone costs, but it's got to be a little bit cheaper than getting a helicopter, right? I don't know. Of course, as I'm mentioning it, they do have a drone in the movie, so you get a lot of really cool shots from like above their RV as it's like winding through all these trees and stuff. It's really cool. And it kind of makes them feel like a little more isolated. I don't know, I just got that feeling when the drone goes up and you just see their RV becomes a tiny little speck, and there's just like, you know, they're on one road and then there's just all these like forests around them, and you know, knowing that the Blue Skeleton is kind of like stalking them or hunting them, I guess, if you will, it just makes them feel like rats in a maze or something. I don't know, I really liked the drone footage. And I think the progression of events and the eventual twist that gets revealed, which don't worry, I won't spoil it, but the eventual twist that gets revealed at the end, I think it makes sense. I think maybe a lot of people aren't gonna like it, at least compared to the first film, but which I don't like it as much as the ending of the first film, I gotta say, but it makes sense. It's just, without spoiling it, I will just say, given the time we are in now, with like the internet being such a huge influence on media and entertainment, it makes sense. The direction they take it makes a whole lot of sense. It's a natural progression, I think, for the story. So I was okay with it in that sense. While I didn't like it as much as the first one, it made sense. So that kind of leads me into the one thing that I didn't like about Houses October Built 2, and that is the ending. And I mean like everything that kind of leads up to the twist ending. Again, I'm not going to give anything away, but I will just say the problem I had was Brandy's reaction to certain things. Just given her trauma that she's been dealing with and her intense fear of these haunted attractions and the blue skeleton and everything like that, when it finally gets to the end and certain things, which I won't talk about due to spoilers, start happening, I feel like she should have been freaking out and screaming and just breaking down a whole lot more. And the fact that her reactions are almost like non-reactions, like I feel like she reacts to like one or two things and then the rest of it is like, I know she's kind of getting whisked around, and I know this makes no sense to anybody that hasn't seen the movie. You have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but I know she's getting like pulled around by the people and shown all these different things, so she doesn't really have a lot of time. But I feel like she should have just been like sobbing and breaking down, and the fact that she wasn't made me think something was up. So by the time it got to the twist, like I was already expecting a twist. So it's like, there's got to be something else. Although I don't think her reactions really relate to the twist at all, until she finds out more information. Again, none of this makes any sense. She's seen the movie and I'm so sorry, but I just feel like her acting, I don't know if that was intentional for her to not react so much, but yeah, I don't know, just something felt off about it. And it, just for me, it kind of destroyed that build to the big twist at the end, because I was like scratching my head like, I just felt like something was off. But I feel like that could just be nitpicking too. I didn't have any other complaints for the rest of the movie. Should you watch? Absolutely, definitely go check it out. If you're a fan of the first one, I think you'll enjoy this for sure. But definitely make it a double feature with the first one. When I went to go watch it, I actually had to stop and I went back and watched the first one again, and just like, you know, one right after the other, because it leads so well into each other. Definitely make it a double feature if you go to watch this with the first one. Highly recommended. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a rating of 3 out of 5. Wasn't bad. I do much prefer the first one though, hands down. So it didn't have a lot of ratings out yet when I watched it. So when I wrote down these ratings from other areas, I didn't have a lot to go off of just because it hadn't been out very long. So on IMDb, it has a 4.3 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes only had an audience score, but it was 71%, so that's really not bad for a horror film at all. So if you've seen The Houses October Built 2, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Let me know if you have any idea what I was talking about when I was being really ridiculously vague, if you understood me at all. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and every single day this month there is a horror movie review for Shocktober. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange.